Hey, what is up guys? It's RNG Gamer here with a nice video on 1.9 Snapshot news and just an overview of just about all of the new changes in the snapshots that will be coming in 1.9, that is Minecraft 1.9. So, um, yeah, this is just going to be an overview. I mean, there's been a lot of snapshots so far, so I'm not going to be able to include every single update that they've announced, or every single feature that they've announced, but I've decided to include my chosen few. There's quite a big list. So I'm just going to cover the main, most important updates, most important features, the things that'll probably affect you and your gameplay the most. And I hope you enjoy. Please leave a like if you like this video. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the second hand. It is an amazing feature. I actually really like it a lot. You can see right here we have a torch in this offhand slot. What this means is that I'm going to go over here to give a quick demonstration of a few other things. What it means is that you'll have an offhand slot. I mean, it's pretty simple. You have a slot that's your opposite hand. So I believe in the settings, you actually can switch it, so if you're left-handed, you can actually switch which hand is which. So your dominant hand can become like this hand, and you can have it flip. So right now, if I just click the offhand button, it works with the right hand if you're left-handed. Okay, so that's how that works. This also comes with an interesting and really actually quite nice feature that works with dual wielding. Like you can have a bow, you can have this in your offhand, and then you can get yourself a sword in your main hand. So you can shoot. Oh, I got him. So you can shoot, attack, 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 shoot. This is going to be really nice for PvP players. Some people may take some time to adjust to, but I do think that overall it's going to be a great addition to Minecraft, and just overall something that people will find useful, beneficial. Also, along with the offhand slot, if you put blocks in your offhand slot, I find this to be a great thing to do for building. You can have maybe like a pickaxe or something in your main hand. Just for example, you can have a pickaxe and then you can break it. You can place something down and break it again and place something down. So it's really nice for building, even though it's a little bit harder to get things into the offhand slot, such as stacks. If you're going to do a big build, it might not be worth it to do. You might just want to try not to make mistakes when placing blocks. The final thing I want to talk about, oh, actually, I forgot to mention, the hotkey to put something into that offhand slot is the F key on your keyboard. But of course, you can change that in the options. Alright, the final thing for hands is a shield. This also works with your sword, so you can punch, 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 block, punch, block, punch, block. Also works pretty well with a bow, so you can shoot. Oh, right. Because of the way that the actual hand works, since the bow uses the right click and the shield uses a right click, you can't actually use both at the same time. So that's one downside, but it's still overall a really nice feature. Alright, on to the next thing, is weapons. Of course, the diamond sword is still the best, but the way that they handled how weapons are treated and how it also adds to customization. If you look at what it says when in main hand, 1.6 attack speed and 7 attack damage. What this does is, if you have in the settings, you can turn on a little crosshair thing, or either can also be on your crosshair or on your hotbar, and it tells you how long until that weapon is ready to fully attack again. For example, the axe, if you can watch on the right, it takes a little bit longer to redraw back up. That's because it's heavy, but if you look at the axe, it has higher damage but slower speed. So that's something to take into consideration. If you think in PvP that you're only going to be able to get one hit off on somebody, you might want to decide to use your axe instead of your sword. But if you're just PvP and you're just going to be spamming a lot, you're going to want to use a sword because it has the highest damage value per second. And I also put the hoe over here because it's still pretty bad. It only does 4 attack speed, which is what's good about it, but 1 attack damage. So you can go really fast. There's no redraw time. It's pretty nice. But so I mean, I'm pretty sure a wooden sword is still better than a diamond hoe. Don't spend your diamonds on hoes. It's not worth it. Okay. The next thing is arrows. I just wanted to mention that arrows can now be tipped in potions, which when you have a bow, let me grab a bow out real quick, it will fire an arrow that's tipped in potion. But if you have multiple ones, it'll fire, I believe, which one you have the most of. I'm not sure on that. You might want to check on your own about that. But that's just a pretty cool thing. I'll get onto some of the potions later because it added a few new ways to do potions. But that comes with the new update to the end. So let me go to the end real quick. As you can see, I've already been here. I didn't kill the dragon because I didn't really feel like it. But the way that the dragon works is the fight's been revamped a little bit. The nest is automatically spawned in the middle. The dragon also breathes what's called dragon's breath. I don't know what it actually is supposed to be. Some of these are caged, which makes the fight a lot more difficult when dealing with trying to disarm these, because sometimes you might have to climb up here in order to get these to explode, which is going to be really hard when it comes to single player, because the dragon fight in single player or even multiplayer still used to be you would shoot these and then take out the dragon, but now you have to actually climb the pillars, and that gives you the chance for the dragon to knock you off, which might be bad. But okay, so the way the dragon works is you can also I believe there's a new way to respawn with the newest update. If you kill skeleton horses, they drop blocks that you can place like here, like right here, 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 and there. If you place the blocks on top of those pieces of bedrock that I just broke, after killing the dragon, all the pillars will reform, and the dragon will be spawned again. So let me show you what else has been added to the end. Let me just go 10,000 blocks away. I'm not sure if that's how far you have to go, but I'm hoping that that'll work. As you can tell, this is something unfamiliar if you haven't heard of the new updates. So what these are chorus plants. And when you break them, they drop what's called chorus fruit, which in survival, when you eat, teleports you a random distance. And yes, these are farmable. They act very similar to cactus, as in if you break the bottom one, the whole thing falls. But the only way to actually farm them is you have to break these ones specifically, plant this down, and then have it grow a new plant. And then you can harvest these and grow more plants. So it's one thing that's kind of hard to probably automate, but it's possible. So I'm just going to cut and try to find a ship. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I found one. These are actually really cool. These are 2 separate spawning things, but I happen to find 2 that spawn near each other. I do believe that they spawn naturally near each other. This is one way to get naturally spawning banners. These are end rods. A whole bunch of new blocks added for this new update. But there's also a new mob. I don't know if any are going to show up. I don't know if I'm in what mode I'm in for, as in difficulty. But I'm just gonna fly up here if I can. I might just fly out because it's getting cramped in there. Oh, there's one. These are what's called shulkers. They're pretty interesting. They can fire little propellers. I don't know what to call them. Little uh, things that they fire at you, and they make you levitate. That's a really interesting thing about them. They make you levitate, which is a new potion effect. And they can make being in here pretty dangerous. Oh, if you see inside there, there's a little guy. And this is also called the end ship. This is one of the most useful things because this is the place where you can get a dragon's head, which is just, frankly, one of the coolest things you can get in the game. A brewing stand with potions in it, which is one of the nicest preloaded things in a structure so far, and a new loot, which is customized, mending, fortune, gold, seeds, nice tools, and this. This is a beautiful item new to the game. It's called the Elytra. I'm going to go back to the overworld real quick and show you what these things do. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so now it is time for one of the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest additions to Minecraft. This is called the Elytra. Alright, you know what it is? They're wings. Watch this. This is just amazing. This is probably my favorite addition so far to 1.9. I think this is going to change the game. This is going to make late game fun again, and it's just, the animation is splendid. I love it. The way that it works, controlling it flows great, and it's just overall a great addition. It's flying at a fairly cheap price, and in order to repair these in an anvil, it only costs leather, and you can also put unbreaking on them, which is just amazing. So I think that's just about all I have for the end. Let me just check real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so yeah, this Elytra, it's an amazing addition, like I said. So now there are, like I said, further potions in the game. This one's probably my favorite because I like leaping. So what you have to do is you have to get a bottle, just a regular glass bottle, go to the end, and when you're fighting the dragon, you have to get in its vicinity when it breathes, there's the dragon's breath, and you have to click the glass bottle, like to fill it with like water or something, and it will fill with dragon's breath. And then you can put this in a brewing stand and get yourself a lingering potion, and then you can put whatever ingredients it takes, and it'll become a lingering potion of a certain effect. So, for example, I don't know if it works in creative. Game mode S. It lingers, and now that I go in this area, I have that. I have leaping, which I think is a brilliant thing, because what you can do is you can throw these at people or in the path of someone, and if they don't see it, they'll just run right through it. You can put potion of harming, potion of poison. It can be really useful for strategy like that. So, the next thing that I want to talk about is, let me just get back into game mode, C, and get these out of here. Put these on. Now these are called Frostwalker. As you can see here, you can walk on water. They're literally turning this into Jesus. This is one of the craziest additions to Minecraft, but I think it's kind of useful if you're trying to travel large distances over an ocean, if you don't want to use a boat, because I understand, boats can be kind of annoying. but this is actually a different kind of ice. You can't, like, collect it. It just breaks. There's no way, even with Silk Touch, because what it does is you can tell when you're not standing on it. It dissolves and melts back down into water, like, much faster than regular ice does. So that's what makes it different. This is a new enchant, and there's also another new enchant. It's called Mending. It was on one of the things in the end chip. But what Mending does is it allows you to repair items at the cost of experience. You say, this sounds similar to how it used to work, but you don't need an anvil. If you put this enchant on a tool or armor, whenever you collect experience, it goes toward the health of that tool. So, another addition is in the snow biome, which is a great place. So if you look over here, I'm in a snow biome. So, yeah, I just teleported. I am a magician, yes. But this is a new generated structure. It is called the Igloo, if you couldn't tell. This is actually a really cool structure. It'd be nice for a place to start in the beginning of a world, because it gives you a bed, a crafting table, a furnace, and a redstone torch. And, if you're lucky, a dungeon. So if you're wondering what's down here, it's actually really nice. It's probably one of the greatest things you can find for loot, especially early game. What it gives you is there's a chest with a golden apple. There's always a golden apple for a certain reason. And over here, there's a brewing stand with a potion of weakness. If you know enough about Minecraft, which takes a lot to do, you might notice what this is here. There is a villager and a zombie villager. So, if you didn't know about this, if you throw a splash potion of weakness on a zombie and then feed it a golden apple, it starts to shake. Which you say might be a stupid idea. Why would you want a zombie to shake? Well, what it's actually doing is what's called purifying. It's turning this zombie villager into a villager. But that's not really new to 1.9. That's just a thing that's been in the game for a while. But it's a feature that not that many people know about. So this gives you a nice way to get these villagers breeding. If you want, you can start even a villager farm by here. And it's somewhere where you can easily get them up eventually later, and you can do good things with it. So let me just come back up here, and on the way up I'm going to say that I do honestly love the igloos. The way that they work is just beautiful. They spawn only in this biome, in case if you were wondering, and yeah, so I do think that these are a really good addition. So let's get back over here. Alright, so another thing that I want to quickly mention, it's not something I know that much about, but there has been an update to command blocks. This is the regular command block, and yes, it does look a bit different because they changed the textures so you can tell which way it's facing, which is useful because of the new link command blocks, or chain, my bad. So these ones go in a chain, and when you power one, it just goes down the whole thing. This one, when it's powered, it constantly does whatever command you set it to do on repeat, and this one works the way that old one works. In order to cycle between them, you just click this button over here. This one, I'm not quite sure what it does. It changes whether it's conditional or unconditional. And this button controls whether it's always active or it needs redstone in order to be active. But I think that that's just a really interesting feature. As you can tell, I turned it to repeat in here, so it turned purple or blue. So the final update that I want to mention is honestly one of my favorites. It's a really cool update, and it's boats, the way that boats work. Boats, as you can tell, they look a little different, but if you've played Pocket Edition, I'm pretty sure this is how they work there. I don't play that much, so I wouldn't know too well, but the controls I still am not used to, but I do like the idea of how it works. the A button controls this oar, and the D button controls your right oar. So A is left, D is right. But it works the way that regular boats actually work. So if you press the left button, you actually turn right because you're rowing the left oar forward. And same way for the right, and if you row both forward, the boat just goes forward. And I'm pretty sure they also did add a speed increase because this feels pretty fast compared to old boats. So yeah, that's been it. This is my overview of the 1.9 snapshots. I am honestly really looking forward to 1.9. I hope you guys are too. So please let me know in the comments if there's any updates or features that I missed, anything you think that is important in 1.9 that you're excited for, just let me know. And if you think there's anything interesting here that you want to look up a little bit more information about, I would suggest just doing a little bit of research, search it on Google and YouTube. There's probably a video about the specific snapshot that this feature was released in. But I can't link you to information about everything. I am sorry, I'm not that crazy. Alright, but thank you for watching. Please leave a comment in the description saying what you thought about the video. Also, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want. Thanks for watching, and bye!